Cuddles the Comfort Doll was created to help people with their problems. Now he's the problem. Buttons the Bear lost a lucrative corporate sponsorship for reasons of moral turpitude. Bill the Ventriloquist Dummy has had 58 partners die in unlikely accidents. Rocko the Dog was a sidekick in a children's TV show until one day he snapped. Prison didn't help, and now in one last desperate stab at rehabilitation, they've been placed in a halfway house. A home for puppets who kill.
There's nothing like the quiet lull after a good meal, huh?
This is bullshit.
Suddenly the stillness of nature is broken by the cry of the loon.
Did you see this article? Halfway house sets example with recycling program? Who'd the social worker have to blow to get this story in the paper?
Why do you want to know, Dan? You getting in line to blow him next?
No, but there's no story here. They have zero waste because they're recycling compost. Big fucking deal. Bill, don't throw cans in the garbage. We're better than that.
Well, I'm out of here.
Rocko, are you forgetting it's your turn to do the dishes?
Oh, but I have to go feed Clucky. You don't want him to go hungry, huh?
Oh, right. Well, you feed Clucky. Bill, do the dishes.
Hey, no fair.
It's part of Rocco's therapy to feed his pet chicken. Teaches him to nurture and be sensitive.
He gets a break because he's playing with a bird?
A halfway house resident with a pet chicken. That kind of story belongs in the paper. Right, Dan?
Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay, you go feed Clucky. You do the dishes.
The following is a paid political announcement from the...
Oh, Cuddles, where's the phone?
Right here, Dan. But shush, I want to hear this.
Mayoral candidate Lindsay Fang believes children should be able to go to school without fear of being shipped in the toilets.
Me too. That's what I believe.
Lindsay Fang believes city parks are for joggers and cyclists, not for gun-wielding crack addicts.
She took the words right out of my mouth.
Thank you.
May 8th, vote Lindsay Fang for mayor.
That woman makes a lot of sense.
Cuddles, she's a law and order candidate, and you're a convict. There's a basic conflict of interest. Oh, hello. Yes, Toronto Gazette. Would you be interested in a human interest story about a reformed criminal and his pet chicken? You would? Just a second. Yes, officer, may I help you?
I'm looking for Rocko the Dog. We've had reports of cockfights in the basement here.
Can I get back to you?
Gee, Dan. It's sure hard to believe you didn't know cockfights were going on in your own basement.
Well, I didn't.
Everybody in the neighborhood knew. The variety store clerk, the mailman. Oh, and Mrs. Wilkinson was always phoning about the death shrieks.
I thought it was the sound of poultry playing. Suffice to say, Rocko will be disciplined.
Ooh. Force Rocko to give away all his possessions and live in the basement.
In what way does that punishment fit the crime?
I guess it doesn't. I've just had my eye on his bed and stereo for a while.
Trust me, I will deal with Rocko in my own way.
Okay.
So, Rocko, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm innocent, Dan.
How can you say that? The police found blood all over the basement and the remains of 20 dead roosters.
Yeah, they died of natural causes.
How can that be natural causes?
Roosters are violent animals. What could be more natural than being clawed and pecked to death, huh?
That is your excuse.
Look, Dan, at best, cockfighting is a victimless crime.
If you don't consider the poor bird to be a victim.
Exactly. So the cops waste taxpayers' money by shutting down a simple amateur sporting event.
Cockfighting is an illegal, barbaric blood sport.
Cockfighting is a proud part of our Canadian heritage. John A. Macdonald loved a good cockfight. Charles Tupper was always in the front row, sprayed with blood and feathers. The cops should just loosen up.
They won't loosen up once Lindsay Fang's elected. She'll make sure those laws are strictly enforced.
Screw Lindsay Fang. Less government is good government. These damn politicians keep stopping ordinary Joes from having a bit of fun.
You seem to have some strong political views there. Maybe you should go downtown, tell the candidates what you think.
Let me tell you what I think. I think politics is bullshit, and I'm not going.
Oh, yes, you are. That's your punishment. You're gonna go and tell Lindsay Fang your concerns.
Oh, can I go too? Maybe she'll give me her autograph.
Bye, guys. Have fun at the political debate.
Wow, Dan, you're a real hard ass. Remind me never to get on your bad side. You might send me out to a movie.
That's enough, Bill. Hey, who threw an orange peel in with recycling? That's not recyclable.
I did that, Dan.
Bill, you have to learn to recycle responsibly. You're supposed to be being reformed.
Dan, I'm being reformed as a killer. It means I can no longer string a man up in a shower and slowly drain all his blood out through a puncture wound in his heel. Oh, please don't take littering from me, too.
I am not going to have some other halfway house beat me out when it comes to recycling. From now on, no more waste, and that's final.
If elected, I'll see that convicts serve every second of their sentences. Time off for good behavior? I don't think so. Real good behavior means not committing crimes in the first place.
Hey, Toots, about this law and order thing. I need to know where you stand on cockfighting.
Better to lock evildoers up and throw away the key, and then, my friends, then we can focus on the economy.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah? What about the underground economy? Some of us rely on it for a living, you know.
Research shows that criminals don't vote. You know who votes? People who love babies and who care about a better tomorrow. And those people, my friends, are my constituents, not petty thugs. Thank you. Thank you.
Miss Fang, that was wonderful. It was like you were speaking to my soul.
I wasn't speaking too fast, because sometimes I get excited and then I just kind of slur.
No. And I really like the thing you did with your thumbs.
Oh, you mean this? You know, that wasn't even rehearsed. I just felt like doing it. It really worked. I'm gonna have to keep it.
And I loved what you said about babies.
Oh, yeah, well, I was hoping to play up the maternal angle.
Where do I sign up to volunteer?
Aww.
Yeah, where do I sign up to puke?
Good evening, sir. Lovely evening, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's crap.
Quite right. Dark and overcast. Would you care for a beer, a scotch, a gin?
Yeah, one of each, man. Well, that Lindsay Fang is some broad, huh? Never heard of her?
Can't say I've ever had that honor, sir.
Yeah, she's a politician.
Too wishy-washy? Deplorable. The problem with all the criminals out there...
Hey, I'm a criminal.
The problem with all the criminals out there is that they're not allowed to ply their trade in good faith.
Yeah. She wants to squash the underground economy. She's upset because it's illegal. And criminals, you know, they don't vote, huh?
It should be legalized. Then we could tax it, increase the revenue to the city, and everybody wins.
Say, you're good.
Thank you, sir.
You know, bartender, you've just given me a great idea.
So, Janice, just exactly when were you planning on telling me this?
I thought in another
Hey, Dan.
Rocko, how'd it feel meeting the candidate? Are you interested in participating in politics now?
I sure am, Dan. In fact, I want you to meet someone. Frank, get in here.
Good evening, sir. Watching some entertaining TV talk show, are we?
Oh, I hate talk shows.
Horrible driveling. Quite right, sir.
Shut up, Frank.
Okay, sir.
So, what do you think of him?
I don't get it.
He's well-spoken, doesn't have an original idea, and he says whatever I tell him. Dan, I'm running Frank Rafferty as my candidate. You are now looking at your next mayor.
You don't mean...
Yep. He's my puppet, Dan. All right, pop quiz, Frank. Where do we stand on the following issues? Ready?
I'm ready, sir. Fire away, sir.
Okay. The prison system.
Let me think. It costs $1,500 a day for each federal inmate. Let's just empty the jails and give the criminals the money so they don't have to commit crimes.
That's just a trifle self-serving, isn't it?
Oh, it would be if I said it, but not Frank Rafferty.
I only want a better Toronto.
Now, how else are we going to reduce crime?
Decriminalize petty offenses. No more jaywalkers or speeders or swindlers, because those activities will no longer be illegal. We will immediately reduce crime to almost nothing.
Now, the only crimes left would be snitching and double-crossing.
That's your solution. Free the crooks. Decriminalize everything. You know, the city uses those fines to fund services.
We've got that covered. Frank?
Tax the Mormons. Those clean living freaks have had a free ride for far too long.
You can't discriminate against a minority like that.
Sure you can. As long as the minority isn't used to complaining. Toronto has plenty of Mormons, but not enough to make a stink. We tax them at 50%. Then when they've drained dry, we move on to the Quakers or the Anabaptists. We could do this for years.
Oh, I hope you don't think you're going to get away with this.
Oh, we'll get away with this. The voice of the people will not be silenced.
That's quite well put, sir.
Shut up, Frank.
Who emptied the recycling bin?
Well, I did it, Dan.
Recycle pickup isn't until tomorrow, Bill.
Well, I didn't recycle it.
After I expressly forbid you to create waste?
I'm not recycling because I'm reusing. That's even more ecologically friendly. I'm using our cans, bottles, and garbage to build a gazebo in the backyard.
You're kidding.
Trust me, Dan. I know how to build a gazebo.
Oh, that other halfway house? They're gonna piss themselves with jealousy over this one.
Whatever happened to a good deed being its own reward?
Nothing happened to it. It's still a crock of shit.
Hey, man, would you like to make a donation to save an old-growth forest?
Fuck off, tree hugger.
Whatever happened to your environmental commitment, Dan?
Well, if an old-growth tree falls in the forest and there's no press angle for the house, does it make a sound?
That's the coldest thing I've ever heard. And I once taped someone begging for a quick death as an answering machine message.
Oh, really, what's the press advantage? Wait a minute. Oh, tree hugger, come in. Come here. You're up early.
I wanted to see the paper's reaction to my candidate's first day campaigning.
Well, you're in luck. I got them all here. Pro-crime candidate draws jeers from crowd.
Well, you know, that's a right-wing rag. What do the real papers say?
Okay. Idiot candidate provides comic relief.
Man, it's going to be hard to pull a good quote out of that one.
Well, how about this one? Run Rafferty out of town. How does it feel to be defeated?
Defeated? By this speed bump? Don't make me laugh. It's time to change tactics.
Yeah, so you finally realize that you have to take a realistic position on the issues and meet your opponent head on.
No, thanks. I'm not interested in suicide just yet. Not while there's a war to be fought. See you on the battlefield, loser. Okay, you ready for your next speech?
I'll fire an opening salvo, extolling the virtues of pickpockets.
Don't be an idiot. That was yesterday's tactic. No more talk about helping criminals.
Good point, sir. It's an untenable position. What will I do?
You go on the attack. Your opponent is not worthy.
My opponent is a insensitive, heartless, right-wing mercenary.
Not a political attack, dope. A personal attack.
My opponent is a... What is my opponent, sir? A liar? A fraud?
Your opponent is a cheating tramp who sleeps around on her poor husband.
She does?
Well, not yet, but she will.
How do you know?
Because I have a secret weapon.
That's me. A secret weapon with a secret weapon. Poor lady doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah. Go get me a drink.
Really nice to meet you. Really. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Okay. Now that's her over there. Oh, my God. She doesn't look like she's had sex since the golden age of disco.
Now you can handle this, right?
Please, Rocko. Her pleasure center will be throbbing before the hour's out.
Good luck with your speech tonight, Miss Fang.
Don't say that. Spit 3 times. Good luck is bad luck.
Oh, sorry. But don't worry. You'll do fine. Just speak from the heart.
Aren't you sweet? You are so sweet. Now leave me alone. I have to prepare.
Excuse me, Miss Fang?
That's Mrs. Fang.
Say it isn't so. You can't be married. Someone so lovely can't be appreciated by only one man.
It was very nice meeting you. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, I just wanted to tell you that I was very moved by your speech.
What? I haven't spoken yet.
No, but your eyes are speaking volumes.
I'm sorry to be rude, but I need to prepare, find my center.
Your pleasure center? I believe I can help you locate that.
Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
Merely attempting to rescue you from an orgasm-free evening.
I am a happily married woman.
Oh, and I think I might be able to change that to a very happily married woman. I'll supply the very.
Leave me alone.
You don't mean that. I'm blind! I'm blind! My eyes! Bitch! There was nothing I could do, Rocko. That woman's an iceberg.
I thought no one could resist you.
No one human, but she's a robot. No fire down below. Frostbite panties. The gates of glory are rusted shut.
So there's no compromising photos, no leverage to get her out of the race?
Well, not exactly.
How not exactly?
Well, not at all. But there is some good news.
What?
My eyes are feeling a little bit better.
Oh, that's nice. That should be comforting for you when you're in intensive care. Man, this campaign is a disaster. I don't think things could get much worse.
Right this way, ladies and gentlemen. Right in here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, finally, there is a choice in this election. Someone who will represent the issues of reducing, reusing, and recycling.
And saving old-growth forests.
I told you to shut up. And he will announce his environmentally friendly campaign platform. From an environmentally friendly campaign platform. It's a gazebo in the backyard made of 100% recycled household waste. It's right back here.
You bastard, Dan.
You're just upset because someone's trying to change the world for something other than selfish motives.
All this free press you're getting, you don't call these selfish motives?
If I can leave the world a little better than I found it, then what's wrong with a bit of publicity along the way?
Fuck you, Dan. I curse you and your stupid, lame candidate.
At least my stupid, lame candidate believes in what he's saying.
Maybe, but you don't.
That's entirely beside the point.
The shoddy gazebo collapsed, trapping the candidate inside a coffin of jagged tin and shards of glass. Man, you can't buy press like this, Dan.
Real environmentally friendly, Bill.
Well, hey, I said I reuse stuff. I didn't say I knew how to build a gazebo.
Yes, you did. You said, and I quote, "Trust me, Dan, I know how to build a gazebo."
Well, I didn't mean it literally.
As the shrieks of the candidate changed to muffled gurgles, rotting maggots started to writhe in the gazebo's foundation.
Rotting maggots, Bill?
No part of our trash was wasted, including the old roast beef that we tossed 3 weeks ago.
Looks like it's a two-candidate race again. Unless you want to recycle the lacerated corpse of your guy, Dan.
You make me sick, Rocko.
Say, Dan, could you do me a favor?
What?
Could you work on Lindsay's campaign for her? That way, my guy's a shoo-in.
Hardy har har.
Okay, Frank, election's tomorrow. This debate is your last chance to shine.
Yes, sir. And you won't be disappointed in me, sir.
Sure I will, but I'm used to it. Now leave me alone. You make me nervous.
Say, you're the man behind Frank Rafferty, aren't you?
That depends.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to thank you for running him against me.
You do?
Oh, sure. My support skyrocketed once it was clear who I was running against.
It's the least I could do.
Yeah, the only thing that my campaign is lacking now is just something to make me seem a little warmer, you know, a little more accessible. But hey, you can't have everything.
Hey, maybe if you soften your stance on cockfighting.
Nice try, but I don't think so.
Mrs. Fang, is there anything I can get you before you go on stage? A cold drink? Anything?
No, nothing cold. It constricts the vocal cords. No, I prefer tepid lemon water. But thanks for offering. Say, you're a real little cutie, aren't you?
Hey, Lindsay.
Huh?
How about a picture with a little guy? Right there. Yeah, perfect.
Hey!
And now for the latest coverage on the election, we're going
Thanks a lot, Cuddles. Thanks to you, my boy won the election.
Who would have thought posing with Cuddles could lose her the race?
Law and order candidate poses with convict baby killer. That headline is misleading. I never killed anyone younger than a toddler.
Oh, no. I think what they're saying is that you're a killer who looks like a baby.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Hey, Rocko, your guy's on TV.
So, Mayor Rafferty, now that you're in power, will you be easing up on crime?
Ian, I've thought about that question long and hard. And the people of Toronto don't want criminals going scot-free.
What? You double-crossing bastard!
Now, I always promised to reduce crime by making illegal activities legal. And I still intend to reduce crime, but by increasing the police force. Maximum enforcement, Ian, maximum enforcement.
No, he was my boy. He was my boy. Somebody got to him.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have to start working with my new personal advisor.
Do I have to dry all of these? Oh, fuck.
Stupid, fucked up lame kid.
Put the orange away, or I'll fucking kill you.
It gets in your eyes, eh?
He's good for Cuddles.
Huh?
Hey, Steve.
Stop!
Help me. Monday sucks the big one. There's an arm attached to me.
One more time, just for fun.
Next time you talk to me, I'll be Cuddles.
Which is the dry pile? Oh, no.
You're not filming this, are you?